Hi guys and gals, Butch here from Baker Archery Products. It's been a while since I kind of did a product video. This is kind of a tool a week. I'll put this on Facebook and YouTube. Anyway, here's what we've been working with now. I got a fixed 4-post and a swinging 4-post. Kind of go over some of the features of each, and then we'll kind of explain the differences of why one would want one over the other, in my opinion. It's archery, so everybody's got an opinion. Anyway, our fixed 4-post is just like it says. It will not swing. It just stays put. And this kind of goes hand in hand with my post setting spreadsheet that I have online. It's similar to this. This is my printable version, but I don't know if you can see that. But this one's for a 2-post, and then a 2-post would mean just point A to point B, where they'll have I have a 4-post one of these that subtracts what the difference would be, so a person can just measure the two closest points and adjust accordingly. The post setting will say set it at 32.5. You set this at 32.5, and your string could come up to 40 inches. Just kind of a off the ballpark guess. Don't quote me on that. All of our fixed 4-post or fixed 2-post will come with the welded strut nuts. These are so they'll maintain consistency in there and they won't come out. Like these, if you just put these on there, and sometimes they float around and you don't get them set right. And these are welded in line so they'll stay in the groove. So it'll kind of like self-center when you put it in the unistrut. All of our string jigs have these rubberized beveled washers on here for your tie-off points. They work really well. They're easy to use. Takes a little bit of a learning curve to remember which way you wrapped it. Because once you get it 3 or 4 wraps in there and then you cinch it tight in there, then it stays pretty good. But you got to remember which way you wrapped it, or you end up taking the screw out and pulling it out. Just kind of a little tip there. The knobs are a soft touch knob. They're a rubber coated knob. They feel real good in your hand. You can cinch them down really tight. Tighter than you should ever need if you're stretching on these a little bit. I don't recommend any more than 150 pounds if you're using this in a three post configuration with my twister stretcher, because you'll start flexing these in and then your measurements get a little bit off. But these are pretty sturdy. Anyway, we'll move on to the swinging 4-post. Kind of I've got one out here so you can kind of see it. Anyway, there's a shoulder bolt in here with a couple shims that allow it to rotate nice and smooth. On the bottom of them, they as well have a longer sliding plate. The one longer bolt will go through the groove channel so you can lock it wherever you want. You can see here I loosen this up. It goes straight. What I recommend when you're doing it straight this way, because of the inconsistency from unistrut to unistrut, these things can be off. So I overcut these a little bit, but when you get to your unistrut, you'll want to square them up to one another, basically measuring from one to the other this way and get them square. And when you're happy with that, I take a Sharpie and mark the front of these. That way you know that's where square is. It'd be nice to have a lock to lock, but the unistrut is so inconsistent that you'd be chewing me out for giving you a bad product. And like on the fixed 4-post, they have the soft touch knobs, the tie-off points, and the shoulder bolt. When we ship these, we ship them without the pins. These will all be disassembled. Ease of packing, but we don't put the pins in there. Some people like to leave the pins loose so they can pull them out and clean their jigs. But the holes are drilled so you could just tap them in there, and then for whatever reason you want to pull them out, you can get them out later. The pins are all stainless now. They're a 2-inch pin. These are drilled 3/4 of an inch in, so that should leave you 1 1/4 inches sticking up. Just easy use. Just kind of a quick overview of our products here. I guess I should address the what's the difference between the two. Well, it's basically the layout. The layout in the traditional ways of building strengths. A lot of guys are old school, been building since the 70s. Well, they like to have the pins in line, so they can just measure up off the tape measure. So if they have a 40-inch string, they just add a 1/2 inch to it. They call it good. But once they get their 40 inches set, swing them this way, and then do their layout, do their end serving. What the traditional guys will do is they'll start their serving over here. They'll get to their point that they want to stop. They'll take and loosen this up, and then they'll swing it, and the string will go around it, and your serving jig will be sitting here. So then they'll close their loop, do about 6 inches of end serving, and they're done. They're not changing serving jigs. It's all the same diameter, the same serving material. And with that said, I think I kind of addressed what I can think of. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to give me a call, a text, an email, or write a message down below. Anyway, thanks and have a good night.